Welcome to Papa Junk's shop. Well, this was dropped off. Told me to check it out and let him know what I thought about it. But wouldn't tell me exactly what it was. So, let's see what we got. Well, I guess this isn't going to be a friendly opening. Well, the outside of the box says battery backup system. Looks like it's been opened before. Looks like a big inverter. Okay. Pure sine wave, UPS, sump pump, battery backup system, user manual. Okay, so made for a sump pump. Power cord. Some nice battery cables, I would say, with their copper. They're fairly heavy, not the copper clad aluminum. It's packed pretty good. Well, here's what we got on the front. 2 outlets, remote, power on and off, 5-volt USB, 120 volts. On the back, wow, we got some nice hefty terminals there. Overload switch. There's where your AC input goes. A couple of fans. See what it says on the top. Uninterruptible power supply. Pure sine wave sump pump backup system. 2,500 watts, 20 amps. Charge battery fastly. Restore and maintain battery. Maximum battery life. Okay, and then we've got work status indicators. So that must be for the display. Charge settings, we have gel, AGM, flooded. 4S LiPo 4 and 3S lithium ion. So pretty universal. We got some giant thumb screws, I guess, and looks like either copper or copper plated washers. I'd rather see just hex nuts with some guards, but they're pretty husky looking. Like I say, we got some I'd say 18-inch 1 times 25 millimeter squared, 450, 750 volt. Okay. Power cord. Just your usual, like computer style. And that is a 14. And this has got to be 25 foot there, I guess. Okay, let's see what we got for the display. Okay, this is a remote controller, and I'm guessing that the screen is going to be the same as what's on the front of the unit. So, this point, let me get the cords unwrapped and we'll get it plugged in, battery hooked up, and get it plugged in. Okay, I got a battery hooked up. I picked the 165 ampere hour DC house lithium iron phosphate, and of course I used the resistor and all that stuff, so we were safe charging the capacitors. There was also a bag with 6 45 amp fuses, a 30 amp fuse, and a really small fuse with pigtails on it, and also what they call a thimble. And I reviewed another inverter a few months back which used one of these, and you would use it in these little holes here on the display to change the output voltage, the output frequency, and you can, on this one, you can change charging status or charge settings adjustment button. So I better show you that. And the manual's pretty simple, and I didn't read it all, but it's pretty straightforward. You got your display troubleshooting stuff here, along with on the label itself, which is nice. So I don't have it plugged in yet. I got the cord in the back of the unit, but it's not plugged in. So I'm going to see if this will come on without being plugged in, so you'd be able to use it standalone. Yeah, looks like you can. Okay. So we've got DC input voltage, AC output voltage. It's already set for 119 volts, 60 cycles. So we don't have to change any of these settings. And there's a load level indicator there. Of course it's blank because we don't have a load on. And a battery level here. That's probably not going to be very accurate. Anyways, let's plug in this remote. Got a little cap in there, keep dirt out if you're not going to use it. That's nice. And that will plug in right here at the bottom. Okay, and it's the same display is on the front here, except you don't have the places to make the changes. So if I turn this off, and this is off, if I turn this on, it should come on. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into AC. We got a fan running. And it looks like it's charging the battery. The AC output went to 108 volts. That might be in my shop here, because I do have a bunch of stuff on, and we do run on an inverter, so usually it's around 114, but we'll get a clamp meter and we'll see how much is charging the battery. I'll be right back. Okay, it's charging 19.6 amps. So I'm going to shut you back off for a minute. I'm going to look in here and see how we change the battery settings for lithium iron phosphate. Okay, to make those changes, I got that little thimble out. You push in here and hold this down. You hear it beep. It says B03. We want, well, you gotta be quick. We want B04 for 4S lithium iron phosphate. So, okay, so we're all set for the right battery now. We were on flooded before, so. Okay, now I don't have a sump pump, but this doesn't have to be used for a sump pump. You can use it for anything. Any kind of equipment that you want to back up, computer systems, lighting, probably even a refrigerator or something. So I'm going to find something, induction motor. Let's see, I got a 1/2 horsepower motor on a drill press over there. Get an extension cord. We'll run over to that because that'll have a pretty good start surge. We'll see how it acts. Okay, got the cord run, the drill press is, the switch is on. The unit is still plugged in the AC, so let's see how she does. It started right up, no problem. So I'm going to unplug the AC. Okay, the fan came on right away. We are using 26 amps on the battery. The voltage is 119. The DC voltage is 13.3. So let's just say that that is a sump pump that's being backed up. I'm going to walk over to the drill press and turn it off and turn it back on to simulate a sump pump going on and off with it running strictly on the battery. Okay, it's off. Back on. No hesitation at all. Comes right on. It's back off. I'm going to hang on to the truck to put a load on it and see if it makes any difference. Nope. Started right up, no issues at all. Okay, so let's assume that the sump pump is running. The AC comes back on. I'm going to simulate that by plugging it back in. Okay, I just heard a relay click. We're charging the battery at 18.8 amps. And the drill press, which is simulating the pump, is still running. I'm going to go shut it off. Got pretty good sized fans in it, and they're not obnoxious. So I think what I'm going to do is supposed to be good for 2,500 watts. So I'm going to plug a 1,500 watt heater in this other outlet, turn it on, and I'm going to go over and turn on that drill press again. We'll see how it likes it. And I'm going to unplug it so there's no AC going in. So there's the heater. Okay, we're getting some beeping. The beeping is from my meter. Okay, for whatever reason, everything just shut down. Okay, I'm going to turn the heater off. Turn the inverter back off. Turn it back on. Come back on. See if I can figure out what went wrong here. I'm going to bump my clamp meter up. It was only on 60 amps, so we're using more than 60 amps apparently. Okay, the standby is 1.2 amps on this, by the way. So let me turn the heater on. That's on low. Okay, and our load is 2 bars. Move it up to high. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's around 1,500 watts. It was 140 amps. The reason it's shutting down is my battery got a 100 amp BMS on it, and that's its limit. So I got another one. We'll hook to them in parallel. I kind of forgot this had a 100 amp BMS in it. So let me do that. We'll be right back. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're on. There's low on the heater at 65 amps on the DC side. There's 134 amps on the DC side. So I'm going to go turn on that motor, half horsepower, see if it'll take it or not. Started right up, no problem, no hesitation. 166 amps. And we still got the 4 bars and just a little bit of the other one shown. Voltage is still 119. Plug the AC in. Everything is still on. Okay, relay just clicked. And the reason everything went dark is because all this stuff on, plus everything else I've got on in the shop, just overloaded my shop inverter. I'm using electric to boil maple syrup, so that's why. Okay, we're back up and running. So I'm going to plug this back in the AC. This should begin charging the battery back up, and it is. 18.9 amps. So I'm going to let it charge the battery up until it says it's full. We're going to check the voltage on the battery and see where it actually shuts off. So when I find that part out, I'll bring you guys back. Well, the batteries are full, just shut off. And I brought the app up for the DC house battery. It says 14.04, 100%. Down here it says 14.01. It's toggling back and forth, so pretty accurate there. So let's check the other battery. I think that's this one. That one's 14.03, 100%. So, did a good job. Didn't overdo it. So, it seems to do just like it's supposed to do, which is a good thing. So, I think what I will do is disconnect everything. And we're going to pull the top off, take a look-see inside. I'm pretty sure it'll be okay with the person that dropped it off. Besides that, if they give you fuses and stuff, you got to get inside to put them in, so apparently it's okay to take the top off. So I'll get all ready, get all the screws and everything out, and we'll look in there together. Okay, got the screws out. Let's see what we get here. There's got to be components on the top side because you can see screws. I'm guessing it's probably the charger. Okay, so there we go. Just a guess, but I'd say that's the charger. Got all of our MOSFETs, diodes, and all that stuff mounted on the case for heat sinking. Got nice beefy connectors here for the battery side. We got red and black wires for the outlets. I don't know, I guess that's the color they got, that's what they use. It'd be nice if they were black and white. So, assuming the black is the hot, they've got it on the got it on the big one, which is not, that would be the neutral. So along with this being the charger, it's the transfer switchboard too, from inverter to line voltage. You can see there's 3 fuses on each one of these transformers for the DC side. You know, just general look-see, everything looks good. Everything's nice and, no, that one's not tight. I can move that, look at that. That's got to be tightened up. Can't have that like that. So there's one thing we found that was a little iffy. But generally, it did what it was supposed to do. So at this point, I guess we'll call it a video. Overall, it does what it claims it'll do. Anybody that gets one of these should pull this off and check it. And one other thing that I'm going to check is I'm going to see. So I've got the ground connection on the outlets goes to the case right down here. I'm going to see if we got continuity between here and the neutral. And we don't. Either side. Open circuit. So it's not bonded on the inside. So just thought I better throw that in there. So as usual, if you enjoyed this one, give me a thumbs up. It helps helps me get more viewers. If you give her a thumbs up, appreciate it if you do that. If you like this kind of stuff, haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Someplace I got a remote to shut it off.